What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to My Comic Life. This is episode number 8. Or episode number 9, actually. It's Friday. I got my little dog, Willie, over here. He's just like, I woke up and I need love, and so I obliged to that love. And so I just got a little update of the person that I worked with who was shot down by her husband. So when she was killed, she was at her doorstep trying to get away from her husband as he was loading his gun. He shot her 8 times, loaded the whole entire clip into her. And then he called the cops, telling them what he did. And again, if you're in an abusive relationship, get out before it's too late. Because you never know when the breaking point will actually happen. So yesterday was a little bit easier for everybody. The shock of it all is still there, but it's starting to become a little bit more back to normal. We're all more focused on the residents and taking care of them. So it's been an interesting couple of days, just keeping an eye on that whole entire thing. And he already went in front of a court, or in front of a judge, and he said, I was at my breaking point. She broke me. So I bet he's going for like an insane, trying to get that, whole entire thing where he's like, she broke me, I'm insane, I need to go to Arkham. So, last night, you follow me on Twitter and see what books I've been reading, but I read Naomi, issue number 1, Guardians of the Galaxy, issue number 1, and finally, Batman, issue number 63. So I want to start off with a new Wonder Comic book, Naomi, by Brian Michael Bendis. I forget what the other guy's name is, but his last name is Walker. And this artist, whose last name is Campbell. I wish that they had like the full name on here, just so I could be like, hey, this is exactly who it is. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. But the standout of this issue, or of this book, is the artist. The artist does a great job. It starts off with this 9-panel layout where it has all these characters expressing their excitement for seeing Superman, who just came to their small town in Oregon. I really did enjoy that whole entire sequence of Superman fighting Mongol. And it only was like 15 seconds, of their time. And to see the expression on everybody's face, like the expression that Campbell can get from these characters is really, really good. I'm trying to get off that glare, but what are you gonna do? So Campbell, his art is so expressive in this. He has such good expression that it was just a joy to read. His panel layouts were beautiful. There's this great panel layout where you see all of our main characters, all these teenagers at this lake, and it has it goes all the way along the 2 pages. I think it's like 4 panels. And they're all talking about Superman. And it was all really beautiful. And I loved how, in this book, Superman, they were complaining, they're like, oh, Superman's not going to come back to clean up his mess. No, he does! And of course, Naomi missed him the first time, and she missed him the second time. But she has a feeling, she hears rumblings that this is not the first time a superhero has been to their town. And then she's on the investigation of finding out who this other superhero was and when it happened. And of course, that's when I thought the book got a little bit too cliched or too on the nose for me. Where you see Naomi talking to all these people, and they're all like, oh, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. And then you see this big, huge dude who owns the car shop. And Naomi goes up to him. She's like, I know I never talked to you before, but I hear you might have some information on the first ever superhero that appeared in our little town. And his response was very much like on the nose. I was like, really? Okay. So you're telling me that in the year that she was adopted, possibly the same day, dun dun dun, that a superhero came to town, and maybe that superhero is like her father or her mother. And I was like, okay, look, that's a little too on the nose. I like the art, I like the direction that it was going, and of course the guy's like, Naomi's like, we never talked before, and he's like, I know who you are, Naomi, and I got some information that will change your life. And I'm like, oh god, okay, a little too on the nose, but a really enjoyable comic. The Wonder Comic line has been really enjoyable. Young Justice was easily just pure fun, and Naomi also just lots of fun. The art in the last and Naomi and in Young Justice have been such a good standout, and I think that I feel like I don't know how much of this of Naomi was Brian Michael Bendis and how much of it was Walker, but it was really good. I enjoyed it, except for that ending where it was just too on the nose. So the next book I want to talk about is the new number 1, Guardians of the Galaxy by Donny Gates and Jeff Shaw and Marty Gracia. I am in love with Cosmic Ghost Rider. Reading his miniseries with him with baby Thanos was such a treat. And I know that this week that whole entire story got put into a trade paperback. So if you haven't read it, go pick up that trade paperback of Cosmic Ghost Rider, because it is brilliant. And so in here we have Thanos has been killed. And I know that there was a whole Infinity Gauntlet or Infinity Wars book that just came out. I didn't read any of it, but I'm guessing at the end of it, Thanos died. Well, Thanos goes as like a living will and testament, and he tells everybody that, no, I am not truly dead. My body may be dead, but my mind has been transferred to another body. You'll never know who it is, and you'll have to search high and low, and I'm just going to be happy just to watch you guys watch. And so, you got this council who has to go and figure out what's going on. And all around them, they're just chaos. Like, people are like, maybe the real Thanos is here with us, and he's just having a good time laughing. And I love Cosmic Ghost Rider when he's at the bar and he's listening to all this. And he's like, they're like, you should have killed him when you had a chance as a baby. And he's just like, yeah, I should have. But, you know, the shit that happened before, woo-wee. So I like the whole referencing the whole Cosmic Ghost Rider miniseries. It gave you a good heads up on where the state of the Cosmic Marvel is at the moment. It tells you about Star-Lord and Groot and where are all the other heroes or all the other Guardians, what's their state. And this is a great number 1 issue just to get you the groundwork for where the Guardians are going and get you some groundwork into who and where all the characters are at this point. So, Donny Gates, you are easily becoming one of my favorite writers in comics. Your comic is just so much fun. And Cosmic Ghost Rider, I want to get your the first appearance because, damn, I love myself some Cosmic Ghost Rider. Finally, Batman, Tom King. He is, the last 3 issues have all been dreams. And issue number 62, I just thought was just absolutely brilliant. The Tom King, he got back with his artist that he did all the stuff with Mr. Miracle. And then he did this Dreamlike State part in the last issue that was just so brilliant. In here, you got Constantine basically telling Batman, hey, the Scarecrow fear gas, you're basically strapped up and this fear gas is hitting you all the time. So that's the reason why you're having all these different dreams. I like the story as a as a single as a single issue, but I'm just curious. I'm always curious of where Tom King's going, because a couple issues ago, the series ends on such a, oh my god, what's going to happen next? And then what happens next is this weird dreamlike state that Batman's in. So I have no idea where the book is going. All I know is I'm just down for the ride. So it's another good issue by Tom King that I'm just down for his ride. So I'm going to go get ready for work. Those are some of the books that I read this week, or yesterday. Let me know down below. What have you guys read? Have you guys read Naomi? What did you guys think about it? Did you guys try out Guardians of the Galaxy? Or was there any books that you think I should read? Let me know down below. My name is David, and this is My Comic Life. I do it Monday through Friday. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Right now I'm at 214 subscribers, so maybe you can be 215. Ha! And for me and my little dog, Willie, we'll see you guys next week on My Comic Life.